Well, it looks like it took me forever to get this thing figured out. I'm not sure how it's going to work. We got Paws in the Garden. We got Gladys. I think I put the wrong time. I put down 1 o'clock. I was thinking it was later than it was today. And I meant to put in 12, but I was trying to get this figured out. I thought I'd try going live because I didn't make a video for this morning. Plus, the technician just left this morning. So after he got everything taken care of, I wanted to see exactly how everything is working. See if it cuts out with me or if I've still got a good connection or what. How are you ladies doing? You say you're dizzy? Has it straightened out now? We got B. Ogden, Paws in the Garden, Gladys Pellegrino. How's the picture now? Hi, Connie. Clear now? Okay. Well, this is the first time I managed to go through StreamYard to get it figured out how to go through StreamYard to do my YouTube live chat. But I haven't figured out how to put the link in there. But I'm not sure how to do the link. But I can get that figured out next time, maybe, so I can get people up on the screen with me. Are y'all doing okay today? We got Shatika. Hello, Shatika. And I didn't raise my screen up, so it's not doing very well. I have to look down to read the chat. Yeah, since I didn't have a video to post this morning, I figured after the Spectrum technician left, I would just go live and see what happens. That way I'll know what to do the rest of the week. Gladys is okay, but she's hungry for cookies. I'm hungry. I'm eating a cold Pop-Tart. Do you know how many years it's been since I've eaten a Pop-Tart? Put it this way, it's been a long time. I used to get them all the time because my kids loved them. And then even after they graduated from school and left home. Hi, Randy. How are you? Merry Christmas to you as well. Yeah, I've got all day. The Spectrum technician just left. So I got on here to test out my internet connection. And also I managed to get on through StreamYard. So hopefully next time I'll figure out how to get the link posted in the chat to where if anybody wants to come on screen with me, they can. But I haven't got that part figured out. I copied it, but I don't know how to post it. I'm not sure how to do that. Oh well. Oh, really, Randy? Well, they came in and replaced some of the wires, the splitter and all that kind of stuff on the outside of the house. They said that's why mine has been dropping connection, because they said sometimes the wires get old and they expose some of the wires and it causes your screen to get fuzzy, and it'll also cause it to drop connection like mine had been doing. Because it totally disconnected on me last time and reconnected. And they said it was not supposed to do that. So hopefully we won't have that problem anymore, at least for a while anyway. Well, I'm hoping the picture is good now. The technician was out here and he worked on the wires, and like I said, he replaced a lot of it, and then he came back. He came in the house and reset stuff through the system, that he's got. So I'm hoping my internet will be okay now, and I'll be able to go live without being so fuzzy, and also, dropping connection like it had been doing. It's nice and clear. Okay, good. Oh, you like my bear? I say that's my granny bear. I made this, and I actually made it. It's a tree topper. I used a 2-liter Pepsi bottle and cut the top out and put my bear down in there and hot glued it in. And then I made the dress on the bear, because you can see up in there, you'll see his feet. He's coming down through the bottom of the top of the 2-liter bottle. And I cut the bottom off so it'll stand. And you can just set it on the top of your tree. And it's a tree topper. I made several of them. I made one that's a Victorian doll. It's over on my, well, let me go get it. I'll show you. This is the Victorian doll that I made. And she's also a tree topper. Her feet go down through the top of the bottle, and you can slip it right over your tree top. And I put bows down the back of her dress. I made her little bonnet. So I thought they were cute. Yeah, I put it on the tree the first year I made it, but my granddaughter didn't like it. She liked the bear, but she wanted to know where my baby angel was. She wanted the baby angel because that's the tree topper I always put up there. So I promised her the next year I'd put the baby angel back, because that broke her heart. She thought I got rid of my baby angel, and she loved that little baby angel. Well, thank you, Connie. Yeah, I call that my granny bear. Yeah, I like to do crafts, but I don't always have a lot of materials and stuff to do it with. So let's see. There, I can get both of them in the picture. The only thing is I didn't put lights in them, so it would be a tree topper without a light, unless you put a light on it. And you could do that. Randy says, Gladys, how are you doing? Merry Christmas. I'll listen to your song. Yeah, it is a creative idea. I'm going to do that. Thank you. Yeah, that was way before I started my YouTube channel, or I would have done a video on it. I still may do a video on making one, but it's real easy. You just take the top of the bottle where the mouth of it is, and you cut it out just big enough for your doll or your bear to like really go down in there tight. And then you can, hot glue it so it doesn't move. And then you can come up with your little outfit that it's going to wear. And she's got bows down the back of her little lace gown. But I thought the red lace would be pretty for Christmas. But it's a good idea because I had the little bears and I had these little dolls, because I had all kind of little dolls that was the size of a Barbie, and I was making Barbie outfits. And I was actually designing the little outfits myself, and I still sell them. I sell some on Poshmark. I don't make them anymore because, they're not really that popular now, because everybody wants those bigger American dolls, as they call them. They're a lot bigger. So I just don't make them. I was asked by one lady, she said, well, if you ever start making them, let me know, because she said I'd want to buy some. But, that would mean I'd have to go buy one of the dolls, and then it might not be the right size doll that she has or her granddaughter has. And I asked her for the measurements of it, which size doll it was, but she never responded. So I know there's like 2 or 3 different sizes of the American doll. You get the boy doll, there's a girl doll, but there's at least 2 or 3 sizes. And I didn't want to start making outfits and it be the wrong size and then her not buy them. So I just didn't make any. Oh my God, Connie, you've had a flood? Oh wow. And Connie, you're in Washington State, right? Oh my, it was all in Italian from Bridgeport. Well, thank you, Randy. I was just out there. I started getting bored and I felt in the Christmas spirit, so I just started singing a little bit. I didn't really sing a whole song, just parts and pieces of different Christmas carols. Yeah, I've done that too before. I've crocheted an outfit for one of the dolls that's that size, and I made her crocheted her a hat to match. I still got it somewhere around here. I don't know where I put it. I may have taken the dress off and put the dress in one of the dresser drawers, because I knew I could put it back on some of the other dolls, but I don't have it out right now. Oh no, Connie, I'm sorry. What day was your flood? Yeah, I don't have a Christmas tree up inside the house yet. I've got my cactus over here in the corner. That great big cactus that was outside, I brought it in because cactus, I mean, aloe vera is what it is, not cactus. It is a form of cacti, but it's an aloe vera plant. And it's gotten so big, I don't want to lose it. And I put the big plant in my greenhouse last year, but it froze and I lost the big plant. But I had kept a small cutting off of, or shoot that came up from the bottom. and I put it in a smaller pot, and I brought that one in the house. Well, that one stayed out in the yard all summer and it grew humongous. I mean, it's a gigantic plant and it takes up the whole space over there in this corner where I usually put my Christmas tree. So I've been debating if I even want to mess with putting a Christmas tree up this year. If I do, I may put it up at the last minute and just leave it up for a day or two and then take it down. Because we're really not going to do Christmas this coming weekend on Christmas. All of us can't get together at my son's until New Year's. So we're getting together, I think it's New Year's Eve, and we're going to celebrate our Christmas and New Year's Eve at the same time. So I'll be a week late on celebrating my Christmas day, I guess. You had the flood today, Connie? Flood happened a month ago, but we had to live in a hotel, so they are just getting our stuff back. Oh, wow. Well, my allergies have been so bad that, I mean, I'm an alto, but when I'm trying to sing now with my voice the way it is, my throat, I sound like some bass, I sound like a guy singing. My voice is so rough and deep. And I said, well, that's not going to work. So I've been taking everything under the sun for the last few days to try to clear my throat up. I'll have to dip to bring it back. Oh, yeah, I was thinking about putting the aloe vera back outside for a few days because it needs sun. It does not get sun in the house. And then bringing it back in, I think the first of the week because it's going to be down to it's going to be down to 31 night and I think 31 one night, and that aloe vera will freeze. So I'll have to bring it back in. So I don't know where I'm going to put my Christmas tree if I put it up. I'll figure something out. You talking about dipping tobacco or dipping snuff, Randy? Well, it's hard to hit any notes when your throat is just so bad with allergies, and it gets you coughing all the time. But yeah, I thought I would give this Wi-Fi, this internet, a good testing to make sure that I'm not going to be cutting off and it's not going to look like it's snowing across the screen. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering, Gladys. What are you dipping, Randy? The only thing I know that people dip is either snuff or tobacco. My grandmother, my dad's mom, she used to dip snuff all the time. She always had her stick can. I thought that was kind of gross, but I love my grandma. Oh, okay. I didn't know what you're talking about. Yeah, dipping snuff can ruin your teeth, amongst a lot of other things, I'm sure. I had so many problems getting online through StreamYard. I didn't think I was ever going to do it. I've been trying to clean the house up a little, dust and stuff like that. But oh, it's been so dusty here. The wind's been blowing for, off and on for weeks. Till it doesn't matter what kind of house you live in, that dust still gets in the house. And it makes my house dusty all the time. So I'm constantly trying to wipe up dust. That's one reason my allergies have been so bad. We have gotten a little bit of rain off and on, but for the most part, it's still dry and dusty. And there's Miss Weaver. Hello, Mrs. Weaver. How are you? From Mom's today for some rest. Good to see y'all. Well, tell your mom hello. Oh, you're home from Mom's. I was thinking you were at your mom's, but I see now you're home from Mom's. I know it's a bad time of the year out here in Texas where we're at. We live in a dust bowl is what I call it, because Granbury sits so much lower than a lot of the other areas around us. So when the wind blows, it stirs all that dust and pollen into Granbury, and then it swirls it around like it's in a toilet bowl. It doesn't leave. So you just imagine a whirlwind of dust going around a toilet bowl that's not ever going out. That's the way Granbury is. That's why everybody that moves here, if they have any allergies at all, they will get sick with allergies here. I promise you. What grow zone are you? I'm in 8. I think it's 8A. I'm pretty sure it's 8A. I know it's 8, but sometimes I forget whether it's A or B. But we've had an unusually warm time. We had a warm, dry summer, and it's still been fairly warm and dry, even though it's December. We've had a little rain, but not a whole lot. Not as much as we normally have this time of year. So my allergies have they just stay there. They don't go away. Linda, you will be home for Christmas cooking. Yeah, I'll be home here Christmas Day, Christmas Eve. So I'll be doing something. I just don't know what yet. I'm going to be cooking a great big pot of black-eyed peas. The way I fix them, I love them the way I fix them, but I can't eat them the way other people cook them. They're gross. So I'm going to fix a great big pot of black-eyed peas and maybe some more cornbread muffins and take them to my son's for uh, New Year's Eve and Christmas Day. We're celebrating it both together. But I told him I thought about taking a pot of chili beans, but I said, that'd be New Year's Eve. And I said, for New Year's, you want black-eyed peas. So I said, which would you rather have, the black-eyed peas or the chili beans? And he said, black-eyed peas. So we'll see if he eats them. I think he will. I think he'll like them. Because I put tomatoes and onions and ham and all kind of stuff in my black-eyed peas that makes them so good. It's beautiful in Michigan now, snow. Oh, I bet it is. We're a long way away from snow this year, but that's kind of good because I don't want another week long snow and ice storm that we had here a couple of winters ago. I mean, the snow was beautiful, don't get me wrong, but I was out of water for a while because some of the city lines froze or busted. So, they couldn't pump water out to the residents. I mean, I always keep gallons of water. I mean, I buy the gallon of water, drinking water off the counter, and I store it under my cabinets. I've probably got 5 or 6 gallons of water stored just in case, we get another storm, the pipes freeze and break or whatever, prevents us from getting water when it does freeze sometimes. Just so I'll have cooking, drinking water, and water enough to flush the commode. Believe it or not, during that week-long snow and ice storm we had, I didn't have water. I couldn't flush the commode. My water was frozen, and I didn't want to waste what few gallons of water I had to flush the commode with. I did in the beginning because I was able to fill up a container in the tub. And then I even started melting ice to flush the commode. But I finally gave in and I said, this is ridiculous. So I broke out my camper potty. It's basically a 5-gallon bucket that you put liners in that you can use, when you're camping out. And that's what I used the rest of that week. I mean, you might be without water, so you can't flush your commode for a week, but that's not going to stop nature. You still got to go. I mean, it worked out good. I kept the individual liners tied up every time I had to go potty, and I had an air freshener thing down in the bottom of the bucket that was on the outside of the liners. So it really didn't smell up the house at all. It worked real good. And I said, I'm so thankful that I even had it. I mean, I had bought a 14-foot tent and camping gear, and I managed to get that porta potty and a portable shower and all kind of stuff, And I said, well, I never dreamed I'd have to use it at the house, but hey, it came in handy. I'm glad I had it. Plan is to make a honey cured ham, 7-cheese macaroni, and cheese cream corn, hush puppies, green beans, make ham gravy, homemade biscuits, and 4 pies. Oh, that sounds good, Connie. You're doing better than me. I haven't planned anything, basically. I had bought a ham, but I think I'm going to wait to New Year's, just a quarter of a ham. I think I'm going to wait to New Year's and break that out and chop it up, some of it, and put it in my pot of black-eyed peas. This weekend for Christmas, since I'm not going anywhere, I'm not really celebrating Christmas Day, I might just roast a turkey home. Not a turkey, a chicken. I've got a couple of chickens in the freezer, and I think I'll take one out and just roast me a turkey. That way I can eat, not turkey. I keep saying that, chicken. Roast me a chicken. That way I'll have chicken to eat for several days, I won't have to cook. Just heat up the leftovers, which I do that anyway, whether I freeze them or not. I still take it out later and thaw it up and heat it up. Sounds great, Connie. I will bring a passing dish over the turkey I make. Well, I cook the turkey for Thanksgiving, so I'm not cooking a turkey for Christmas or New Year's. It's going to be the chicken or the ham, either one. Yeah, let's all go to Connie's. It sounds like she's going to have a good spread. Oh my God, a 15-pound ham. Woo. Oh, you got it for $15? hams that size out here are like $70, $80, $90. Sometimes they do have specials on the hams. I think at Thanksgiving time, if you bought a ham, you got a turkey for free. But my God, those hams were $80. If I had to pay $80 for a ham, I'd never get one because I couldn't afford that. My little old quarter of a shank of ham, and it's sliced already, and there's basically no fat, no bone, or nothing on it, but it's real ham. You know, it's not imitation or anything. It only cost me like $12, and that's plenty for me, and it's plenty for maybe 4 people if you sat down to have a dinner with it. Yeah, I can only afford to buy one of those spiral hams, which I love, if they're reasonably priced or on sale, where you can get them pretty cheap. I think I got one for like $10 or so at Kroger one time, because if you bought $25 worth of groceries, you got the ham for 10 bucks, and it was a beautiful spiral ham. So I picked up some of my groceries there that day and got me my spiral ham, but that's been several years ago. I don't know what they've got going on now. Hush puppies with green onions, that sounds good. Because I love onions in my hush puppies. I love onions and garlic and just a little bit of sugar in my hush puppies. Makes them so good. And for any of you that might be interested in planting onions this time of year, you know, in my video the other day, I planted garlic. And I did buy me a little couple of more garlic cloves. And I couldn't find the onion bulbs to plant. So what I did is I ordered some. And I think I ordered them, can't remember if it was Amazon or Gurney's Nursery. You could get a pound or half pound of onion bulbs for like $12, something like that. And I got all 3 colors. I got the red and I got the yellow and the white onions. So I'll be planting those next week when the bulbs come. But this time of year is fantastic to plant your onions and garlic. And you'll have a good harvest come springtime. If anybody's interested in planting onions or garlic, which I am, because I use a lot of garlic and a lot of onions all the time. Where are you located, Paws in the Garden? I see where you and Mrs. Weaver are wanting to get together. Oh, you're in Michigan. But do you come toward Granbury or Texas sometimes? Do you have family here? Or does Miss Weaver go to Michigan? You're liking the StreamYard? Well, when I can figure out how to get the link in my chat, I'll be able to get people up on the screen with me. But right now, I haven't gotten that far. I got the link copied, but then it doesn't show you where to paste it, where to put it. So I don't know. And it doesn't just magically appear on its own. So you wish you lived somewhere warmer? Yeah, I know it gets pretty cold in Michigan and stays pretty cold there for quite a while. I had friends that they moved up there for a while with their husband's job. And when the job was up, they came back here and they had, let me get that phone. But when his job was up, they came back here, and she had gotten two huskies when they lived up there because that's basically the kind of dog you want in that cold area. And it was too hot here. She had to sell her dogs, let somebody have them that lived in a colder climate because those poor dogs suffered here in Texas. Well, I went live through StreamYard. I didn't go through YouTube, but StreamYard connects to YouTube. But it showed where I copied the link, and then I kept going further in the instructions, but it never showed you anywhere to paste that link. So I didn't know how to paste it to get it into the chat so it stayed at the top, if that makes sense. It didn't even let me paste it into chat as a comment, so I don't know. There's some little something I didn't do to get that link to appear up there, and I've got to figure it out. I have nobody to consult with, so I have to do it through trial and error. Well, a big part of that is not only StreamYard, but the fact that the technician from Spectrum was here this morning, and he replaced quite a bit of the lines on the outside of the house. And he said he replaced the splitter out there. And then he came in and hooked his equipment to the cable in the house to check it. And he reset some stuff, and he said it should be fine now. So that's why I decided to go live to check it out, to see how it's going to work. Oh, at Upper Peninsula, Michigan. Well, Michigan and Minnesota both are cold places. My freezer is stuffed. The store I shop at has 80/20 ground beef for $1.80. Wow, that's pretty good. I know if I have the money on hand when I hit sales like that, I stock up. But I've almost got both of my freezers full right now. I mean, I could get just a little bit more in there. Take some stuff out and eat it and replace with ground beef if I could catch it on sale. That's why I bought the 5-pound roll of it one time. I was I think at Aldi's, and I bought a 5-pound roll to where that ground beef was just a little over $1 a pound versus $4 or $5 a pound if you buy just an individual roll of it, like at Walmart or some of the other grocery stores. So I bought a whole 5-pound roll of it. I came home and divided it all up. Well, y'all know because I did a video on it and separated it out in packages and put it in the freezer. Because I tell you, I refuse to pay $5 and $6 a pound for ground beef. I mean, not if I can get it somewhere cheaper. Oh, you're getting your road paved, Randy? Getting something Thursday afternoon. White's Chicken. I don't think we have a White's Chicken anywhere around here. Is that a restaurant? Delicious, better than any other chicken. Yeah, I guess it is a restaurant. Yeah, I don't know that I've heard of a White's Chicken around here. Now, Babe's Chicken is pretty good. That's where everybody gets their fried chicken here. And they always stay busy. But the only thing I don't like about it, one person, you can't go in there and just order for one. It's for 2 people. Because you get the same amount of chicken you would if you ordered for 2, and then you get all the sides, all you can eat, green beans, mashed potatoes, um, bread, stuff like that. And then they don't let you take what you don't eat home with you except the chicken. And the first time I went in there by myself, it was like over $17 for one person to eat. And I asked him, I said, well, what about one person? I said, a lot of people can't pay that much to come in and just one person eat a meal. He said, well, you'll have to bring someone with you. Well, I've never been back. I used to go in there quite often with my daughter and my son-in-law and his mom. You know, that was 4 people. So we'd order enough for one, and you'd get basically a whole chicken. And then you got all the sides for, you know, all you could eat. So that was enough for, you know, just us 4. But you got to order the same thing if you go in there and if you're just one person. And I said, I'm not doing that. Hi, Kevin. How are you? Glad you could make it. This pop-up surprise live. How are you doing, Kevin? And you know, for anybody that wants to plant onions or garlic, you don't need a great big pot. You know, I've got some Egyptian walking onions planted in a little, oh, maybe 8-inch pot on my front porch over here. The other night when I did that video and I forgot to get my green onion tops, I went right out the door on the front porch and grabbed a few of them off the plant, you know, the onions there, and brought them in. It's so convenient when you need onions or garlic or greens or something like that, and you can just go out in the yard and grab them, and you don't have to pay for them at the register when you bring them to your house. You already paid for them by planting them and watering them and taking care of them. Yeah, thumbs up, y'all. Looks like I got about 15 in chat, and on my screen it doesn't show any thumbs up, but I got one. My husband got me heated socks. He gave them to me this morning because I can't keep my feet warm. They are so nice. My feet are warm now. I haven't had to warm my feet for a long time. So long I can't remember. Well, good for you, Connie. I got some of those socks one time. I ordered them, and they had some kind of like silver fibers wove into them, and they were supposed to keep your feet warm. I mean, they didn't have a battery operated warmer thing in them or nothing, but the threads it was made out of was supposed to hold the heat in for your feet to keep your feet warmer. I usually keep my feet pretty warm as long as I keep something on them, like my slippers, or if I'm going outside, I'll put my shoes and socks on, and my feet usually stay pretty warm. Kevin says, good, good, thanks. Can't wait to see my baby grandson Christmas. Oh, I bet. Is this the first time you've seen him? Will be at Christmas? How old is he? That yours have batteries? Yeah, I keep an electric blanket on my bed because when it's freezing cold, you know, your bed sheets get really cold, especially if my feet are cold. If I've been walking on the floor without my slippers and I let my feet get cold, I get in the bed, I never can get them warm. So I always keep a electric blanket on my bed. I turn that thing on and I warm my bed up real good. Even if I turn it off when I get in it, my bed's warm when I get in it. It pretty well stays warm all night, and it keeps my feet warm. If it's extremely cold, I'll leave it on maybe the 1 setting. 17 months. Oh, that's gonna be such a cute age. You'll have so much fun with your grandson on Christmas. Yeah, I keep replacing my electric blanket as it wears out and it quits warming correctly. I'll buy a new one. And I was surprised not all the stores have electric blankets anymore. So I went online to find mine and it was fleece. I think that's what they call it. It's white fleece on one side and it's dark brown on the top. And I bought a queen size. It's got dual controls. I turn both of them on. I warm up my whole bed before I get in it. Oh, I wouldn't take anything for that blanket. I love it. Yeah, grandbabies make a lot everything better. I always enjoyed my granddaughter on Christmas. All the different stages of growing up, she was just a dream. And she got so excited over the least little thing. Like I'll never forget when she was maybe 6, I think about 6. I made her this Christmas dress and it had like a burgundy color in it or deep red. And I found these ruby red slippers that glittered and I bought them to go with the dress. She loved the dress. She always loved all the dresses I made for her. But when she saw those slippers, she had a fit. She looked at her mama and she says, "Mama, I got what was it? The ruby slippers from Wizard of Oz." She says, "I've got ruby slippers." And needless to say, she had to put them things on. She was tickled to death over those ruby slippers. She thought sure they came straight from Wizard of Oz. Yeah, well, there was a few winters here. It was so cold that I'd keep a single or twin size electric blanket. I kept it I kept it in the living room. So when I was sitting there watching TV on the couch, I wrapped up in my electric blanket and I stayed cozy warm. You didn't want to get out of it, but it kept you warm. Yeah, a lot of diapers. Well, you got disposable diapers nowadays. Years ago, we had to use cloth diapers. What link did you just put up, Randy? I just clicked on it. So Gladys, you did put you up a YouTube channel. I told Connie you should. You're at home all the time and you stay on YouTube constantly. So you should have your own talk channel or you can put anything up. I just subscribed to it, but I noticed your bell is turned off. You can subscribe, but it doesn't let you get all notifications for some reason. There's something in your settings. And the writing under the screen is in some different language. But I'm glad you did that, Gladys. I'll be checking out your videos occasionally now. That'll give you something to do other than watching everybody else's. You'll have your own channel, or you got your own channel. I'm proud of you, girl. Yeah, I just did. I flipped over there and watched some of it. I'll go back over to it later. But I'm glad you did that. About to lose my own chat here. I will. I can't do too much with my computer right now because, you know, I'm on live. So, what do you mean it's not you? I've got the sound turned off on my laptop, so I couldn't hear any sound on the video. So, I don't know. Is there singing or music on the video? Is that what you're saying? That's not Gladys? Okay, Gladys. I'll listen to it later because, like I said, I've got the sound turned off on my computer. If I got the sound turned on, it double where it echoes in my live, so I can't turn the sound on. But hey, she can get on there and she can just talk to people. You know, people like it when you get on there and just talk to them, just like I'm doing. I mean, a lot of people do that. Oh, you mean it's not your channel? Somebody with the same name? Whoever it is just now started it up because they've only got like 85 subscribers. So you didn't do that, Gladys? You don't have a channel? Huh. Or somebody using her name. I mean, you know, there's other Linda Hausers out there that have channels. I mean, you check out there, there's a lot of people by the same name. But I really thought it was you, Gladys. I was telling Connie the other day or other night talking to her. I said, Gladys really needs to get her channel. She's on YouTube all the time. I said, so she should get her own channel and chat with people and show all kind of different stuff on her channel. Well, you know, you could still have a YouTube channel and be bedridden. You could do it right from your bed. You can put on some little sexy top and just show, you know, from here up, and people don't know you're in bed. And even if they did, that might be even better. You might get more views if they know you're bedridden and you're doing your channel from your house in your bed. Linda, you're a funny bunny. I'm serious. I mean, there's other people that do it. Of course, you'd have to get your sons, you know, to help you out, I guess, with all the equipment or whatever you need set up at your bed, you know, to do that. But I really thought it was your channel, Gladys, when I flipped over there and looked at it. Yeah, it's a cool name. It's a beautiful day here today. I mean, it's sunny. It looks almost like a summer day out there. But it's going to get a little colder, I think, around Sunday, Monday, and maybe get a little more rain. Hopefully, we need rain. And hi, Maria from South Carolina. How are you doing today? I know I had so much trouble getting on to StreamYard and then YouTube together that I set up several different lives, and I said I'm going to lose people because they're going to be waiting over there on the ones that I'm not live on. Maybe I'll do better next time. And maybe next time I'll have it figured out to where I can post that link at the top of the chat. So if someone wants to get on screen with me, they can click on that link and get on screen with me. You know what? I just saw my wheel turning. It's turning right now. It shouldn't be doing that. It should not be doing that. That's why that technician came out. He said, they told me that I should not have that wheel turning like it's buffering, but it just did it on my side twice. I don't know if it's affected y'all's screen or not. You love the Winter Wonderland video? Well, thanks. Hmm. Yeah, I really would have thought it was that you, Gladys. If I'd have accidentally come across it, I'd have swore it was our Gladys, not someone else that just started up a channel. Yeah, I'm liable to have more people on the other lives waiting for me to show up. Let me check on this other screen, see if I can find anything. See how many lives that I've left open. I thought I got rid of all the other ones. But I may not have to. Randy says I like to sing doesn't mean I can sing. That's me. I love singing, but that doesn't mean that I sound good. Yeah, I still have that other one out there. I thought I deleted the other ones out. My mistake. Well, it doesn't show up here. They're over there. Maybe anybody will come back over here. They'll find the right one. Yeah, I was just telling everybody I made those. They're actually Christmas tree toppers. I used a 2-liter Coke Pepsi bottle, and I cut the top of it off just big enough to stuff the bear down in there because you can see his feet. And I hot glued him in, and then I made the dress and the hat for him. It's all glued on, so you can't take it off. Yeah, you can use it as a tree topper or just set it on your counter. And I made this one too. This is the old fashioned Victorian doll with the old timey dress and the old timey bonnet. And it's a Pepsi bottle, 2-liter Pepsi bottle. And her feet are down through there. Her lower part of her body is down in the bottle. Just something I come up with one day. I got to looking at some tree toppers in some of the stores, and they had kind of a plastic bottom, like the Pepsi bottles. And I said, you know what? You could use a 2-liter bottle and make a tree topper. So guess what? I came home and I had a couple of bottles and decided I was going to see what I could come up with. And I came up with my granny bear. My granddaughter doesn't like it on top of the tree, though. She wants the baby angel up there. The baby angel is something that I had when my daughter was born. And I put that baby angel up there every year. And even after my granddaughter was born, I was still putting the baby angel up there. And when she was big enough to notice that baby angel, she had a fit over it. I had to pick her up so she'd be high enough that she could see it real good. And every year after that, if she came over at my house for Christmas, that's the first thing she looked for was the baby angel on top of the tree. You like the bear, Gladys? Little buddy's back outside. He came in just before I went live, and he ate his lunch, and then he went back out. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do about a tree. I don't know if I'm gonna put one up in the house or not. I've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got like 6 trees lit up out in the yard. He's doing the man thing. Yep, little buddy's probably doing the man thing. And like I said, oh, nose itches. For the ones that weren't here when I talked about my tree before, if I put one up, I might put one up just for a day or two and leave it up to do a couple of Christmas lives and then take it down because I don't have family coming to my house this Christmas, evidently. Um, we're going to do Christmas New Year's Eve day. So I'll be a week late doing Christmas at my son's because he said that's the only time everybody could get together. If we got together Christmas Day, part of the family can't be there. So we're waiting till New Year's Eve day, and do it then. My mom made me a goose years and years ago, and she made me the cabbage. I think they're called Cabbage Patch dolls that she gave me. I mean, I was already grown, moved to Texas in my 30s or 40s, and she gave me these two Cabbage Patch dolls, but I love them. We got April in the house. I missed that. Yeah, got April here. Aloha, April. Glad you could pop in. It's awfully early where you're at. It's what, breakfast time? You're probably just getting up. Yeah, there was one year I put up a small tree. It was only about a foot tall, but it looked just like a big one. It was the green tree when it had the real little bulbs put on it, and I put garland on it, and everything was in miniature, but it was just like you would a big tree. I don't still have that tree though. And I put the little tree that I've got outside in the yard, it's lit up out there. So I could bring it in the house and put it on the bar, I guess, and plug it in. It'll keep me from having to put up a big one. At least I'd have a Christmas tree behind me to do a couple of lives for Christmas. But since I've been live this time, have you had any problem with blurring or buffering or anything like that so far? Any of you? Good. That sounds good, Kevin. Because we had that technician out this morning and he replaced a bunch of wires and a splitter and stuff. And he said, I should be good now. No problems in South Carolina. Well, good. I'm so happy to hear that. Looks good in Hawaii, April. Gladys says everything's cool. Okay. Well, maybe they got it taken care of and I won't have that problem anymore. And I can go live without worrying about it. I got wet, so I will be right back. Got to change. I started to say you're probably freezing then, but it's probably warm in Hawaii, April. So you probably didn't mind getting wet. My internet completely dropped from your stream. Had to come back in. That was mine though. Okay. Well, I've been having so much trouble with mine until today, till I just had my fingers crossed that they'd get everything taken care of. Well, it's, I think, about 60 some degrees here right now, April. It's 62 degrees here in Granbury. I mean, it's been in the relatively high 60s most of the time. In a couple of days, it'll get down a little cooler, but it's not going to be freezing cold. I've been cold out here across the pond, I bet. Oh, 38 degrees, Connie. That's cold. I mean, it's 60 and I've got my vest on. It was just not cold in here this morning, but just a little chilly. And I've got my heat down on like 67, something like that. Stay in and stay warm. Yeah, if it was 38 degrees, I'd be staying in and staying warm. '51 in South Carolina. That's on the chilly side. That was a heat wave after the couple of nights you've had. Yeah. We've only had, really cold temperatures at night a couple of nights. Yeah, I know, Miss Weaver. It's been nice. The temperature, everything here in Granbury's been great. I just didn't like the wind blowing the couple of days it was blowing because my allergies, oh, all that dust gets in your house. And if you got allergies, it just drives you crazy. I don't know. Susan might be working. She probably doesn't even know we're live. I don't know. I'm going to send her a text, let her know I'm live. I don't know if she'll be able to join us, but it shows she was active 1 hour ago, so I don't know if she'll get this message or not. If she does and she can, maybe she'll come online. You've had fog. You can't see nothing. Headlights makes it worse. Yeah. I hate driving in this fog. Oh, well, how neat, Maria. And even let you pick it out, huh? Well, what did he do? Let you pick it out and then he went back and bought it later and had it wrapped? So you didn't know what he got you? Yeah. Usually they don't let you pick anything out. I mean, they'll kind of hint around to see what you want, but they don't usually let you know what they're going to get you. Yeah, it sounds like he's a nice husband to have. Yeah, that's what I tell everybody. All the best ones are taken already. I mean, there's single men out there, but some of them you don't want. You get my drift. I need some hot cornbread with lots of butter, please. Yeah, some hot cornbread about now would taste real good. I don't know what I'm going to fix for dinner tonight. Haven't even thought about it. Probably have to take something out of the freezer and let it thaw up. And a dash of maple syrup. Yeah, Gladys, y'all are making me hungry. I had a cinnamon raisin bagel for breakfast with um with that cheese on it. I can't think of the name of the cheese. Cream cheese. Oh, I don't know what's wrong with me. Yeah, cream cheese on a cinnamon raisin bagel. That's what I had for breakfast this morning with a cup of coffee. And it's gone about now. I'm ready for some lunch. That's okay, B. Ogden. I like Russell Stover. Who's Russell Stover? I must have missed something. I kind of like the chat. Doing milk chocolate. Oh, okay. I'll take anything as long as it don't eat me. I have written what is everybody's favorite candy. I kind of like the way they do the chat on StreamYard because you can see it better on the camera. You don't necessarily have to look down. I've got a habit of looking down at the computer because the writing is a lot bigger than watching it up here, because it is a little delayed up there on StreamYard. Connie says, I'm going to weigh 20 pounds more. I made homemade oatmeal raisin cookies Monday, and I've eaten all but a few of 2 dozen. I am horrible. When it comes to those cookies, I need someone to hide them. Spaghetti at your house, the Ogden? No, but you don't see as much of the chat as you do on your computer. It only shows maybe like 2 people's chat at the time, and there's a delay on it rolling up, but you can see it better. I can see it better up here, so I don't really necessarily have to look at the computer. I can keep looking up here. Let's see, Gladys, Connie, don't forget me. You got my address. Yeah, Connie, send that woman some cookies. That's the only kind you remember your mom making. My mom used to make oatmeal cookies, sometimes put raisins in them, sometimes not. And she'd make peanut butter cookies. Oh, I love those 2 cookies. I tell you what, me and my brothers ate those cookies as fast as my mom made them. They didn't last any time in our house. And she may have made those more than any other kind because I guess they were probably the cheapest to make. I do remember her making chocolate chip cookies occasionally, but usually it was peanut butter cookies or oatmeal. And even without raisins, those oatmeal cookies were so good. And us as kids, we'd eat them by the time she'd take them out of the oven. As soon as they were cool enough to be eaten, we were eating them. Yeah, I need to make me some peanut butter cookies. I haven't made any in a while. Yeah, the StreamYard doesn't show. Well, yeah, it shows how many I've got online watching. I got 22, it shows. But it doesn't show how many hit the like button. And then it does show the time you've been on live. Oh, yes. Chocolate chip with pecans in them. Those are really good cookies. But I guess when I was growing up, my mom couldn't afford the chocolate chips and the pecans unless they got them from somewhere, that had them to give away. Gladys, I won't have to make more. Literally, I am a porker with cookies. Seriously, they are too tempting for me. It's the old-fashioned ones where you mix them, but you still have pieces of oatmeal. Yeah, I like that. Goes good with hot coffee. Yeah, hot coffee or some hot chocolate or hot apple cider and cookies. Oh, that's good. Real good. I hope everybody's remembering to hit the thumbs up. I love fruitcake. Now, there's some of it I won't eat. The fruitcake that you get that's got great big hunks of fruit in it, usually I don't like that one. But the ones that usually have nuts and smaller cut fruit in it, I love it. I could eat my weight in that stuff. Oh my God, Connie. Pecan, cashew, and peanut rolls for gifts, and more turtles and Buckeyes for my mama. That sounds, you making me hungry. I bet those pecan rolls are good. Claxton is good with lots of nuts. Okay, Gladys. She's wanting to know. She's on Connie's Christmas list. You might want to ask her, how can you get on her Christmas list? Oh, me. Connie said, Gladys, of course. Looks like you're going to get some cookies or pecan rolls or a mixture of all of it for Christmas, Gladys. I'm so glad they fixed my internet this morning. I think I would have died if I'd have got on here and it still was messing up. Yeah, I'm hungry now too. I'm thinking now, what am I going to have for lunch today? Or what am I going to fix that I have to cook that I can do a video on that I can post for tomorrow? Oh yeah, food, cookies, candies, all that stuff is always a good gift. I made banana nut bread one year, and I included in my Christmas gifts. I gave my daughter's mother-in-law a loaf of it. I gave uh, my son-in-law's grandparents a loaf. I gave my son-in-law a loaf, and he said, "Well, I know I will love this walnut banana bread," but he said, "If they're not store-bought walnuts, I can't eat them." And I said, "Really?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "I've tried eating them that you go pick up around the tree yourself." And he says, "I have an allergic reaction to them every time. But if they're store bought in the little packages, I don't have that reaction." I said, "Well, it's probably that you're not allergic to the walnuts. You're allergic to the pollen and other stuff that gets on the walnuts out, like in the yard or wherever the walnut tree is." And I said, when they take them and process them and clean them and package them in the bags, they're not in the shell or anything, and they've got all that pollen off of them. And I said, that's probably why it doesn't bother you. But I assured him they were bought walnuts in the little packages. I didn't go pick them up around a tree or anything. I don't have any walnut trees anywhere that I know of that I could do that. So I told him he was safe. I need to make some puzzles. I need to make some puzzles. Got to find motion. What? You lost me, Judy. Hi, Judy. I'm not sure what you mean about you got to find some motion to make puzzles. You lost me on this one. Pizzles, not puzzles. Oh, okay. Yeah, but you did spell it puzzles, not pizzles. What is pizzles? I don't know what a pizzle is. Don't know what it is with me coughing today. Yeah, I bet those are pretty, Connie. And you still have to make a sunflower clock. Oh, I bet the sunflower flower clock will be really pretty. Oh, it's an Italian cookie. Well, you think I would know that. I'm part Italian, or my family comes from part of them from Italian heritage. But I didn't know what a pizzle was. Oh, I got a message from Susan, and she says, I'm out at Walmart, but you know I would be online if I was home. Thanks for letting me know. So she's out shopping. That's where Susan is. She's out shopping. I sent her a thumbs up so she'll know I got the message. I like going to the thrift stores. I like going in just to see what they've got in there sometimes. And sometimes you can find really good stuff. You know what I call it? I don't call it shopping. I I tell everybody I'm on a treasure hunt. That's what I called it when I used to go to the malls up in Fort Worth years ago, just to have something to do. I'd say I'm going on a treasure hunt. And they say, what do you mean you're going on a treasure hunt? I said, yeah, I'm going hunting. And if I find something, it'll be a treasure because, usually I don't find anything I want. But sometimes when you go shopping or just looking, you find something that really catches your eye that you really like and you buy it. And I call that my treasure. Yeah, a treasure hunt. Yeah, I know she's thoughtful the way she fed her neighbors and then doing all that. And then she had to fall and hurt herself, which was so, so sad. But I'm glad she's okay. I couldn't afford to go antique shopping every Sunday because I can't afford to spend and I don't have nowhere to put all that. So I don't go shopping or treasure hunting too often. Yeah, I know Susan's who you're talking about. I used to go to the flea markets, but I don't think we even have them here in Granbury anymore. The closest one would probably be Weatherford. And I assume they still have their first Monday flea market sale over there, and it's huge. It covers several blocks. They have a produce section that's huge, and then they have the outdoor flea market set up. where you can find just about anything you could ever dream of out there. Okay, Annie. Well, I'm glad you could join us even to listen. I'm sorry you're not feeling good. Yeah, but whatever weekend the first Monday of the month falls on is usually the weekend they have the flea market over there. And we used to go often. And they had some pretty neat stuff over there. And I used to buy produce from their produce market because it was indoors, kind of like a sheltered area where you could go in, and they had all kind of booths set up where people had different produce from their gardens to sell. You could find some good tomatoes and stuff like that over there. But I'm trying to grow my own now, so I don't usually go to the produce market. But like I said, they don't have them here. Or they didn't have any at all this past summer because nobody was able to grow anything. Do y'all like man mandarins or clementines or other fruit around? I do. I love them, Maria. I've got a couple of mandarins still left in my refrigerator that I need to eat. But yeah, I love them. I don't usually get them too often, but I love them when I do get them. I don't know what this button do. I'm liable to disconnect everybody. Oh, it's a section where I can invite guests.